Hello, this is Let's Play Games 9000. We're gonna show you how to fly this airplane, CJ-130, I believe. It's a fairly big plane. It's not really hard to fly, really and truly, if you know what you're doing. Because I know some people have like crashed before on these planes, or don't know how to take it off and whatnot, or even start off. Right now, we're gonna start off with the basics. So what we're gonna do is the throttle up is Q, of course, and that's to turn it on to the airplane. As you can see, we're working on that right now. And now we're going to be hitting Q any moment now, and we're moving forward, as you can see. And to throttle down, like to stop, with the brakes, with the air brakes, whatever, you hit Z. Okay, now we're good. To steer, we use C and X. As you can see, we're moving the flaps. And for like going up and down, like gaining altitude and not altitude, going down, it's up and down. And to tilt your airplane, it's going to be left and right on the arrow keys. And we'll demonstrate that later as we start to take off. And you can see we're just testing out this stuff that's working or not. Anyhow. Okay, let's get back into cockpit. Okay, now we're just gonna head over to the runway now. Using the throttle up, which is Q. Carefully, do not like hold down like super long on it, or you'll be like going super fast and you'll be about to take off, which you don't want to happen. And X and C, of course, is to steer your plane to the direction you want to go. So we're just gonna line up the CJ-130 on against the runway, so that we're not going through grass and cause an accident or something, or a crash, is what I'm saying. Anyways, you're gonna slow down and just take a moment, and we're gonna get going any second now. Okay, there's one key point when you're launching off. When you hit Q, you have to be going at least 145 kilometers per hour. Once you reach 145, you'll be able to take off by pushing the down arrow key, which should bring you up. Do not hold down on it. You gotta like tap it, sort of, and you'll slowly gain altitude, like 10s and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s, and it climbs a little bit faster after you gain more speed. Okay, now we're in the air, so we're gonna demonstrate the turning of the airplane by doing this. We're gonna be flipping around any moment here. We're gonna use the arrow keys like left and right to tilt. So you can see what we're doing now. And then we can go up and down by adjusting the altitude if we want in a moment here. As you can see, I pushed up and down. Okay, now we're just gonna flip around and we're gonna go to the next airport for now. Okay. And to steer, you don't want to be oversteering an airplane, or you might crash and you might do like a 360 loop, which is you don't want to do because you might get you confused and you'll crash. So when you're turning, it's not like some of these games that auto resets to the point where you want it to be at. You have to actually turn it, like tap on it to the angle that you want it to be at. Well, now you can't hold it down, or you're just doing like barrel rolls in the sky, which you don't want to do. The same thing is for like up and down, of course. If you hold down, you'll just you'll probably stall and crash, unless you have enough. If you're high enough, then you might survive. Anyhow, we're just going over Dublin Airport, I believe. Anyways, let's continue on here. As you can see, I'm getting too much air, so we will be heading down a little bit further down because we have too much high altitude. So because the airport's pretty near. They're not far from each other on the map, so we'll be lowering our altitude any moment. And of course, you can look through gear. You can look through the menu, and you can like adjust the gears and whatnot. You can like put them up just to like boss, or just leave them out if you're just practicing. But I put them up because I guess it makes it go faster. I'm not sure though. But you can see we're heading, of course, in the wrong direction, so we're gonna have to flip around here. Alrighty. And yeah, now we're descending a tiny bit there, because we're a little high there. We're just gonna get a little lower, like at least to like 200 meters in the sky, or whatever, 200 feet or whatever from the ground, sea level, because we want to be able to see the ground where we're flying. And the key point of landing is to have your gears down, and also you have to make sure you're not going really fast, as I'm going to be demonstrating in a minute or so less, because we'll be landing in a moment, or trying to land, but we failed because we were going too fast and we didn't touch the runway. I ran out of runway because I was going too fast. I will be demonstrating it just about now. Of course, you also wanna like aim your airplane to the runway, or you will most likely crash, or I don't know. Yeah. But anyways, when you want to land, you want to make sure you're like on the end of the runway. Make sure you have enough space, of course. And you don't want to be going any slower than 150. If you go any lower than 150, you're gonna crash. Absolutely. Because you're descending too fast. And of course, when you're on an airplane, when you're trying to land, you don't want to be like aiming down when you're landing. When you're near the ground, you're gonna pull up a tiny bit so that you can like get a perfect landing. If you have your nose aiming down, you're gonna hit the runway with your nose and you're gonna crash. Anyways, like I said, I would demonstrate there. We passed the runway because we got too much speed. So now we're just gonna flip around here. Shouldn't be too long here. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing this like I slowed down too slow. I got really pretty low on altitude. But for me, I'm a professional flyer, so it doesn't matter to me because I'm used to it. But as a beginner, you might have some trouble. But now, I'm just going to demonstrate here. We got our gears down already now. And we're just going to aim the plane. And we're going to slowly tap on the up arrow key so we can tilt down. Of course, we're going to be adjusting our thing. And then we're going to hit the Z key to slow down the engines. And we're going to adjust to turn with X key because we're going off the runway a tiny bit. There we go. And we're going to hold down the Z key until we come to complete stop. And that's a complete tutorial. Thank you for watching. Bye.